Napoleon I, French in full Napoleon Bonaparte, original Italian Napoleon Bonaparte, by name the Corsican or the Little Corporal, French by name Le Corse or Le Petit Caporal, born August 15, 1769, Ajaccio, Corsica, died May 5, 1821, St. Helena Island, French general, first consul, 1799–1804, and Emperor of the French, 1804–1814–15, one of the most celebrated personages in the history of the West. A revolution can be neither made nor stopped. The only thing that can be done is for one of several of its children to give it a direction by dint of victories. The people to fear are not those who disagree with you, but those who disagree with you and are too cowardly to let you know. If I had not been born Napoleon, I would have liked to have been born Alexander. There is one kind of robber whom the law does not strike at, and who steals what is most precious to men, time. Valor is a gift. Those having it never know for sure whether they have it till the test comes. And those having it in one test never know for sure if they will have it when the next test comes. In politics, never retreat, never retract, never admit a mistake. Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action has arrived, stop thinking and go. Nothing is more difficult, and therefore more precious, than to be able to decide. A man will fight harder for his interests than for his rights. The world is not ruined by the wickedness of the wicked, but by the weakness of the good. I am surrounded by priests who repeat incessantly that their kingdom is not of this world, and yet they lay their hands on everything they can get. Power is my mistress. I have worked too hard at her conquest to allow anyone to take her away from me. I can no longer obey, I have tasted command, and I cannot give it up. Anarchy is the stepping stone to absolute power. One should never forbid what one lacks the power to prevent. Courage is like love, it must have hope for nourishment. You become strong by defying defeat and by turning loss and failure into success. Impossible is a word to be found only in the dictionary of fools. Napoleon Bonaparte. Great ambition is the passion of a great character. Those endowed with it may perform very good or very bad acts. All depends on the principles which direct them. There are only two forces that unite men, fear and interest. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. If the art of war were nothing but the art of avoiding risks, glory would become the prey of mediocre minds. You must not fight too often with one enemy, or you will teach him all your art of war. There are only two forces in the world, the sword and the spirit. In the long run the sword will always be conquered by the spirit. Friends must always be treated as if one day they might be enemies. I would kiss a man's arse if I needed him. The art of war is to gain time and your strength is inferior. Once you have made up your mind, stick to it, there no longer any if, or, but. Let France have good mothers, and she will have good sons. Death is nothing, but to live defeated and inglorious is to die daily. The fool has one great advantage over a man of sense, he is always satisfied with himself. Riches do not consist in the possession of treasures, but in the use made of them. A soldier will fight long and hard for a bit of colored ribbon. For hostile newspapers are more to be feared than 1,000 bayonets. Victory belongs to the most persevering.